was Tiffany Day's song No Luck. It's emotional, it's somber, and it still somehow sounds like a party song. But what makes it special isn't its lyrics, it's the way the entire song is very straightforward. There's no giant metaphor, no hidden storyline, and no cryptic imagery. She's literally just talking about medication, isolation, mental health, and feeling trapped and missing who she used to be. But I think that directness is exactly why the song works. But before we begin breaking down the lyrics, let's find out the background of No Luck. According to Genius.com, No Luck is about navigating yourself and taking something every day, holding on to the hope that it fixes everything. Here, torn in between healing or giving up, you disassociate through optimism. The track also serves as one of Tiffany's first self-produced releases. No Luck was released on April 3rd, 2026. It was produced by Tiffany Day and Jack Hollenbeck, and it was written by Tiffany Day and Jack Hollenbeck again. No Luck is the 6th track on Tiffany Day's album Halo, and it comes right after Copycat and right before Breakup. Its lyrics were transcribed by Kyle Did What, Drawl W, Soyena, and Dashiell on Genius, and have not been verified by Tiffany herself yet. It is categorized as pop, electronic, bubblegum bass, bubblegum dance, bubblegum pop, synth pop, hybrid trap, bass house, electro house, electronica, electropop, house, downtempo, dance pop, dance, USA, and in English. The No Luck music video was released today on May 20th, 2026, 5 hours ago, and it was directed by Ali Wei, edited by Tiffany Day and Ali Wei. Its first assistant director was Meg Yamada. Its director of photography was Ben Sitho. Its gaffer was Sam Wilbert. Its camera and J&E swing were by Josh Kim. Its stylists were Minhee Han and Tatum Tran. Its production design was by Belle Zhao. Its production assistant was Matt Soul, and its talents were Emwell and Zook. According to Genius, it is the 106th song Tiffany Day has worked on, and is also her 14th most popular song. Now that we know No Luck's history, let's analyze the song itself. Tiffany feels no hope in her life. She has no hope that things are going to get better, and they're clearly already bad, which is implied by no hope, but she's holding on anyways. She's persevering. We now find out that in the previous line, when she mentioned she was holding on, she is only doing so because it's all she's ever known. It's all she knows how to do. She also states here that if she quit, which means quitting at life, which is suicide, she feels that no one would be upset and nobody would really care except her mom. Her mother would be upset with her if she committed suicide or her life ended prematurely some way. She has no hope, she's drained, she doesn't care whether she lives or dies, and she's only living because she feels she has to and doesn't want to upset her mother. And she's given whoever her targeted audience is everything that she has, all of her hope, all of her beliefs, everything. She's depressed now, and it sounds like she doesn't have a good relationship with them, because usually when you're telling someone I've given you everything, they owe you or they're not treating you correctly even after you've given them everything. I've given up everything, I've given you everything, but you're still not treating me right.
So I'm seeing a new therapist tomorrow. Maybe she could fix all of the problems I let myself hold on to the last few years.
Tiffany is acknowledging that how she feels is bad. It's bad for her well-being, it's bad for her mental health, it's bad for her. She clearly isn't enjoying her life, and if she's saying the only reason that she's alive is because it's all she knows how to do, that living is all she knows how to do, and that she feels nobody cares enough for her to even be worried or, really grieve if she dies except her own mother, there's clearly a problem. So it makes sense to see a new therapist. Now we see a little bit of psychology. Tiffany is purely thinking that psychological treatment will solve all of her problems, but that is oftentimes not the case, even though how media and people kind of portray psychology. According to Logan River Academy, we have to find a balance between fixing the problems and developing the building blocks of an above-average fulfilling life. In my experience, I have found that parents and therapists have an easier time recognizing the things that need to be fixed, but struggle to see the positive. This is probably why conventional psychology focuses on fixing the person before looking at what truly leads to happiness. The goal of positive psychology is not only to fix problems, but to increase happiness. She's clearly not living in the present, holding on to her past self in the last few years, thinking about probably how good they were. Probably doesn't know why she feels the way, doesn't know why she feels the need to see a new therapist to fix herself, to fix all of her problems. Maybe there are none at all, and she's just looking at life the wrong way. Overall, though, she's holding on to the past and she needs help and she's seeking treatment.
I don't know how it got so complicated. I miss the days with no medication. How did my life end up like the way this I got?
Now we see her further acknowledging that her life is not in a good spot right now, at least according to her. She misses not having to take medication, being more carefree, and, not having to seek mental help, having actual good mental health to begin with. This kind of ties into missing the past and missing who she was, because it signals that in the past her mental health was good, or at least okay, and at one point she didn't have to take medication. At one point she had enough luck, hint, hint, to cope with life in regular ways like most people instead of having to take medication. Not that taking medication is a bad thing or that treatment is bad in itself. It's good that she's seeking it. And don't get me wrong, I take medication too.
I got no more luck in my bones. I'm stuck at home and my room's filled with unwanted friends.
This is kind of self-explanatory, but I'm going to explain it anyway. Tiffany feels that her life is the way it is, unsatisfactory for her, because she has run out of luck in her bones. Having luck in your body or your bones or luck in general is good and means that things that you want to happen tend to happen to you. Tiffany is saying humorously or maybe seriously that she has no luck in her bones, and that's why this is happening. That's why her life is the way it is. She doesn't go outside of the house anymore, and even though she has friends, whether real or imaginary, visiting her or maybe talking to her on the phone or things like that, they're unwanted. They're not true friends. Even though she's getting friends coming over, she's interacting with people, it's not the kind of people she wants. She's not lucky enough to actually see who she wants and is stuck with exactly who she doesn't.
More luck in my bones. I'm so alone. I'm too exhausted to pretend that everything is okay. Everything is cool.
Even though Tiffany has already said she has friends, they're unwanted. And because of what she said earlier, I don't think anyone could really care if I quit except my mom. We know that she doesn't truly have anyone to rely on except her mother. Because of this, she understandably feels alone and is too exhausted of how she's feeling to be performatively happy for the general public and those she interacts with. She's been feeling this way for so long, and at this point, after maybe days, months, or weeks of being depressed and having to cover it up for other people, she's tired and has just given up on that front.
After pill, I take it like I want to. I take it like I want to. I take it like I...
Prepare for more psychology talk. Don't worry, I'll explain. Here, Tiffany is surface acting and utilizing the technique positive reframing. Surface acting is a term frequently used in organizational psychology, like in retail or customer service, where you force an outward expression that doesn't match how you truly feel to manage a situation. And positive reframing is when you actively choose to look at a negative or boring situation from a more positive perspective to make it more digestible. Tiffany is probably smiling and laughing about everything, even though, as we saw in lines before, she is not actually happy about really anything at all, but that's what the situations call for, hanging out with friends, being in public. And she's using positive reframing when she is pretending that she wants to take these pills to cope with having to take them. According to what I read, when lyrics repeat back to back and overlap each other in a song, it is typically called counterpoint or polyphony overlapping. The terms' basic definitions read as follows. In more complex arrangements, the overlapping of different lyrical phrases and melodies is called counterpoint overlapping, or of course, polyphony overlapping.
Pill after pill, all in my mouth. I used to be a kid. I'd lay around with nothing to do, nothing to lose. Oh, now I'm alive, I'm wishing I had way more time with you. Why is my health so complicated?
Tiffany mirrors the emotions she displayed in the pre-chorus here. Nostalgia, despair, and unhappiness. Reminisces on her childhood and how carefree it was, unlike the present day where she must take pills and take care of her responsibilities. Wishes to see whoever she intends to be singing this to, maybe us, her audience, and wonders why her health is so complicated. Specifically, it sounds like Tiffany is wondering why her mental health is so complicated, as no lyrics in the song mention her physical health or, allude to her talking about that. That's all I have to say about No Luck by Tiffany Day. Let me know if I missed anything. Thank you for watching, and bye, guys.